Hey, summer friends, welcome to my channel and welcome to another speed build. If you're new here, that's what we do here on Sundays. We speed build, grab something cozy to drink or like Diet Coke or something and just hang out and chit chat. So if that's your thing, I hope you stay a while. And if not, I guess goodbye. Anyway, we are doing a cute apartment. It's actually my mom's layout to her apartment. Super jelly of her. She has the best natural light and tall ceilings, all the things, and her apartment faces the woods. So it's like she doesn't have to look at another apartment or anything. She gets to look at some pretty beautiful woods. Super jelly. I always say that if I ever was super rich, mega rich, and I had money just to blow, I would love to have my own apartment like in the city. No, that sounds super weird since I have a whole family, but I would just like style it girly, white, pink, all the things, clean. I would go on Sunday and like read my book or something. I know that's super weird, but hey, a girl can dream, can't she? And she can. And so I would do that. And so this is kind of like what I would like decorate it like. I just like the fun, like pops of color against the white walls. And I think it like the fun rugs and stuff. So I really hope you love the way this turns out. It's just such a fun, bright, airy, all the good girl things. I've always also wished that like, if I had said apartment, that it would be like underneath would be this coffee shop, kind of like in Friends. And I've never actually watched a full episode of Friends. It's not my thing at all. But I like how, they can go to a coffee shop downstairs. And even now, so like a lot of the apartments have so many amenities. Like I was watching this girl on YouTube a couple days ago, and like even her apartment had like free breakfast. And it's like, yeah, I would be all over that. Robert always makes fun of me, but like when I'm looking at hotels like from either to Florida or back when we used to drive, and I would always like be looking for free breakfast. Something about continental breakfast. Are you with me? Like I just like the like grab and go. I'm not really looking for like the whole biscuits and gravy because it always sucks, right? It's always that gravy out of the can. Hey, and no shame on that. Like I've ate that. I can down that. Like that's fine. But I'm more so like, let's grab a bagel, some Philadelphia cream cheese and like those little individual things. I grab like 3, right? Like I just really do like continental breakfast. I really do. I don't know, maybe I'm just alone, but I do. And whenever I go on business trips, I always like look forward to, I would try to find a hotel that has the bougiest breakfast. And typically, like recently when I stayed at like a Hilton, they had like hot breakfast, which is great, but I still love just like, even like oatmeal. Like, I don't know. I love it. I think it's great. So having that in my apartment, that would be like amazing to go down there. And the only thing about apartment living that I wouldn't like is the stairs. Like I'm going to have to make sure I have like, I request and probably wait for a gazillion years, right? For like the perfect bottom apartment. But at the same time, like I miss the convenience. I miss the no maintenance home ownership. I've said it before, but I feel like it's overrated. There's so many cons in my brain. It really is. Again, I could talk about it forever, but I feel like we really rush into it. And although I'm really happy we have this house and, our kids can grow up and have the space and stuff, it's still just like, blah. The American dream can be, I think it should be different for everybody, And my American dream could be that I have this awesome apartment, okay? It could be. But anyway, yeah, this hyper realistic food is the bomb, is it not? I will link the creators down below, but I am a hyper realistic CC. I go nuts. And as soon as I find somebody who has like, say, a bag of chips, I'm going and I'm looking at all like Dawlish, I believe is a creator too that I love, that she makes like Oreos and fruit roll-ups. I'm pretty sure. But I will go double check that and I will link her or them because there's quite a few different ones below for you to do some digging if that's your thing. What is your thing? Like in Sims, when you're CC shopping, what is your thing? Because I know we all have it. Like for me, it's probably rugs. I couldn't have enough, right? Especially things like this egg rug here in the kitchen. Like how fun is that, right? But it's also hyper realistic food. Like the more the better. Like give me the Cheetos, give me the Doritos, all the name brands. I want them all. And I want them all in like family pack. I want the little fun size. I want everything. There's just something about apartments too that make me like, it just makes me feel cozy. I have always felt that way. I feel like they're just so more, I guess it's more intimate, right? It's just like smaller spaces to me always make me excited to like decorate them. I think the bigger the spaces, sometimes it can be very overwhelming. Like when we moved to our house, although I was very excited, the amount of furniture and things that I actually, even 3 years later, still need to get to make me feel like this is complete, right? I think with apartments, it's like, it almost makes me feel more manageable that I could, okay, so I'm going to get a really nice couch. And then, I don't have to have like 4 couches. And so I think that to me is also something that I like a lot, is that it's more manageable. Even though you can get really big apartments, I understand that. But overall, they're going to be more cozy. Speaking of cozy, I have a problem with buying pajamas right now. So Walmart has the Joyspun brand that they, I guess, acquired or they partnered with not too long ago. Joyspun used to be on its own, I believe, and I actually had a couple, I think, like bras or something from them before. But in the past year or so, my mom and I both, we've been really like getting a lot of their pajama sets. And it's funny because their pajama sets always make me think of my grandpa, because he had this 2-piece navy, like, I want to say it was like silky kind of like 2-piece, and it makes me think of him. But I definitely have a problem with, I get on there and they're like $13 on, like they're 13 to 20, right? Like it just depends kind of like which one you get. But I have been really I'm in my cozy era, and I have been buying pajamas like probably a little too much, but I really look forward to getting up and, my Mondays are usually my meeting days, and I take it a little bit slower. I have usually a lot of calls, but I'm in my pajamas for the most part. And then same with Sunday, like I'm simming and I am in my pajamas. Lately Sundays have looked a little bit different for me, but I still have tried, even before my slow season, I've tried to like take it at least the afternoon off. And, I've been in my pajamas. Like I really, really, really look forward to getting up and having them. I love folding them when the laundry is ready. I fold them up and I'm like, I will be seeing you very soon. Like that's what I'm talking about. Like I get giddy about it. Like, is anyone else, can you relate? Or am I just alone in this world about this whole thing? To me, it makes me feel like I have something to look forward to. And that's something that I have really I know it's cliche or whatever that word is. I don't even know, but I know, cliche. Sorry. I know it's cliche, but I think that it is super important to find like little tiny things to be so excited for. The times that I do that, it's almost like my mornings are easier, like life in general is easier, right? And so there was like this quote that was really popular last year. It was like, we have to find joy in the little things, right? And it was really long, so I don't know all of it, but you get the point. Like it was just this quote about how we have to find the little joy in life. Like, like picking your coffee cup in the morning. My mom always says that she loves, that makes her get up, is her coffee mug and having creamers and stuff. And so same with me. Like I get really excited whenever I have, Diet Coke, because I do start my day like a crazy person with Diet Coke. And, just finding things like my pajamas, those little tiny things like that. Or maybe I have a meal that I'm real excited about making, just little things like that. Because at the end of the day, that's like all we have. We just have all these little tiny moments that make up our whole life. Are these pillows not just the cutest thing ever? It's like really weird because, again, that's why I love Sims, because I would not have like these pillows that are kind of a little bit more immature, at my house here, but if I had an apartment, I would be at Home Goods finding the most funniest little pillows. And I guess too, like if I had my apartment, when I travel, I would just find little trinkets that did not necessarily match my home vibe, right? And I would just sprinkle them all over my apartment. It's not so far-fetched now that I think about it. Someday, and maybe it's not even that I have my own apartment. Maybe it's that I have an office that's not, because my office is actually, when you walk right in our house, it's like, it's right there off the entry area, and then it goes into my dining room. So it's almost like I've always had to have a vibe in my office that went okay with everything else, right? Like it didn't feel like a sore thumb, But maybe someday I'll have an office that's like closed off from the house somehow. And then I could have like my girly vibes that would flow better, you know. I still have pink scattered in here, but it's all very soft and muted. It's not like, you know, like that rug. I think that'd be so fun to have that rug, right? Like, if you have an office area in your house, is it like with everything else? And if so, do you just go for it? Like, do you just put whatever you want, make it your own? I still make my office my own. Don't get me wrong. You can walk in here and you know it's my office. Like, it is me throughout, but it's just not as loud as it could be. You know what I mean? And like things like see that Cheeto pillow? Like, I want a Cheeto pillow. I never thought I'd say that, but I would love a Cheeto pillow. Speaking of which, it's hilarious, but my middle, she plays Sims as well. And she walked by earlier when I was editing this video and she's like, a Cheeto pillow, I have to have it. It's perfect for my next build. And it just melts my heart because I never thought as a girl starting, you know, playing Sims back in 2000, right? I talk about it before, but the first time I ever played Sims, I was at my cousin's house. Actually, the first time I ever saw Sims, I was at a sleepover and her older brother was playing Sims with his friends. And I remember just falling asleep, like watching them play. And then that summer, I also went to my cousin's and he's a gamer. Like, he is a gamer. He had every like PlayStation, everything. He had everything from Nintendo 64, everything he had, and he had every game. My aunt and uncle bought him every game he wanted. So he introduced me to, you know, being a gamer. Well, anyway, even back in 2000s, I would never think that someday I would have a little mini me playing Sims. It's the best thing ever. If you have kids and like, do they, you know, maybe introduce them if you haven't, because it's crazy how Sims can be for so many different kinds of people as well, because she does it for decor as well. She just kind of builds. But my other daughter, my oldest daughter, she likes to make characters. So it's fun how it's like, it can be for a lot of different things. I have not made a character and played actual Sims in like 12 years. Hey, look, I tried to play Sims not too long ago. I say tried, it was very short-lived. Okay. I bought an expansion. You know what? I actually bought an expansion today too, out of just stupidity, to be honest. I bought I thought it was a new expansion. Turns out it's like a year old, but it's the rent for rent. And so when I was going on YouTube to watch some gameplay, I'm like, oh, this is posted like a year ago. Like, I'm behind the times. So now I have this for rent expansion pack that I probably won't play because why did I buy it? I don't know, because I don't actually gameplay, you know? But for a second today, I thought I was going to. I really did. I really thought I was going to. But it was short-lived. So anyway, just it's fun. It's fun having someone else and to talk about stuff with, you know, like we've been talking about Sims 5 forever. You know, it's kind of a joke. We're like, when's it coming out? You know, we try to keep up on the news about it and how's gameplay going to be. It's fun to have someone else that shares the same kind of, same kind of passion that I do. Because, you know, it's also fun to kind of watch her as she progresses. And, you know, she would used to build just like a box rather, for her house. And now she has like shapes in her walls, you know, and it's cool too, because I see her watching me and I've showed her things, you know. So anyway, proud mama, you know, it's just, the goals in life to have a daughter play Sims. You know, I never have enough, I feel like I never have enough artwork or like posters and stuff. And when I find it's almost like, for me, posters and art really can make a room. Like this poster this little art piece that I canvassed that I selected for the office, it just became like the identity of that little corner. You know what I mean? And I absolutely love it. I wish that I had more. Matter of fact, I think that's what I'll do tomorrow whenever I'm looking at doing a little bit of like morning shopping for CC. I'm going to find some more posters like this, because I really do think that it can make a space. You know what I mean? I love that. Just like a rug. It's like whenever I start like to redesign an area of my house, I always start with a rug or I start with some type of art, right? And then you kind of just go from there. And that's what you can do in The Sims too. Sometimes I'm having a hard time like oh, I don't know what to do in this room, I will just go find some crazy artwork and then just like pull from it, like pull the shades of color or pull the vibe or whatever. But this one I was just like, yep, that's going there. That feels like home. When things just fit and it goes there. Do you ever put like when you're if you're a Sims builder, do you put like light switches everywhere? I found like I remember a very long time ago, I was playing Sims and I saw the Sims gallery, which if you're new around here, the Sims gallery is like I fangirl over her. Like she's the best. But she was putting light switches in places and then it just rocked my world. I was like, why haven't I ever done light switches and and dimmers and plugins? And then from then on, like I was hooked. I used to build a little bit differently than I do now. I would like kind of go in like steps. I don't know about you, like how you do it, but like for me, I would like go through and like make everything naked. I would then put the flooring and then I would do the colors of the walls. And then I would put main furniture in each room and then I would go do clutter. Now I kind of go room to room, and it's, I guess it just depends on what kind of mood I'm in. But my point was I would go through the entire house and I would put all the light switches where they go and all the things. I don't necessarily do that now, but it does it makes me feel really completed whenever I put those light switches and things. Again, the hyper realistic, I'm telling you, it's just something about it. It's like, it feels finished. But I do notice myself forgetting in some rooms and I'm kind of like, I'm not a perfectionist. I don't know. Did you know that? Did you know that by now? I am not a perfectionist at all. I'm actually the opposite of that. Like I don't pay attention to detail very well. So any job that would have me like pay attention to detail, I would need a team that would do that for me because I'm not there. I'm not that person that looks at full picture. I'm more of a full picture kind of girly. You know what I mean? Anyway, I sure hope you love the way this corporate girly apartment turned out. I would live here. I know I've said that now a million times. I would live here totally with the Cheeto pillow and all. I hope you're having a great week and do something fun. Drink your water, mind your own business, and buy some comfortable PJs. That's my advice for the week. Anyway, have a great week and I will catch you next time. I'll talk to you later.